Welcome everyone to this episode of the Ask Jason Gelios Show. I'm Jason Gelios, Michigan Realtor, and I appreciate you tuning in where I'm going to be sharing with you whether or not a foreclosure home affects your home's value. This is a great question that I've gotten asked before, and I wanted to do a show about it, and here we are. So the short answer of whether or not a foreclosure affects your home's value is yes. And I know you probably don't want to hear that, but I want to share with you a positive towards the end of this episode, okay? So the negative is that yes, foreclosure homes can have a significant negative impact on your home's value. Foreclosed homes sell at a discount. They sell for less than their market value, or they fail to sell at all. And so the bank, oftentimes, because they take the house back, that's why it's a foreclosure, they lower the price so much below market value that they want to get it sold, and people jump on it, whether it's an investor or it's an ambitious homeowner who wants to live there, and they do a special loan, like a construction loan or rehab loan or whatever, and they fix it up to live there. Either way, it sells for less than market value. And that is usually because of neglect. When someone's losing their home, they tend to stop taking care of things like landscaping and appliances and roof, things like that. They just know that they're giving the house back to the bank, and so they oftentimes just stop caring. Maybe they're going through hardship and they just don't have the energy or motivation to do anything to upkeep the house, okay? Nearby homes are also affected. So I'm going to share with you a survey that Realty Track did, not an endorsement of Realty Track, but they had this survey that said the value of neighboring homes can also drop when a foreclosure occurs. According to Realty Track, for every 7% of foreclosed homes value drops, neighboring home values drop by an average of 1%. That's pretty interesting. So when a foreclosure drops 7%, neighboring homes drop 1%. That's harsh, but it happens. Foreclosure homes can impact appraisals. Somebody's buying and selling a home in your neighborhood, they're going to have an appraisal on it in most cases. And so appraisers need to adjust the value of a home to account for the fact that it's under foreclosure. That becomes a comparable. As well as other factors like maintenance and how quickly it was sold. And then foreclosures can eat into equity, okay? Obviously, when your home's value drops, you lose equity there. So that's kind of a no-brainer, but if you didn't know that, that's okay. It's not a big deal. That's why you're watching the show, to get educated, right? The foreclosure process can consume equity as lenders use the sale proceeds to pay for fees, penalties, and more, whatever else comes up. If the lender sells the home for less than the balance owed, the homeowner won't receive anything. So I want to touch on this a little bit. When you are doing a foreclosure, you are losing equity. You're walking away from a home. The lender will sell it for less, and chances are you're not going to get your money back if there's any equity left. Okay, so just something to be aware of, because even lenders pay fees when they sell a house. So the positive that I promised you earlier is that foreclosures aren't that common. And I know some may disagree and say, oh yeah, they're all over the place. Well, not really, at least not in my area of Southeast Michigan. We don't see a lot of foreclosures. We see homes that are trying to sell. Let's say a senior has to move into an assisted living home, and you have a home that's as is. I've seen homes like that. I've helped many people where they want to sell their home as is, and it looks like a foreclosure in many cases because of the condition. It's been let down, it's been let go, the upkeep hasn't been there because they just weren't able to do that. But foreclosures aren't that common, so you don't have to worry, as a homeowner, you don't have to worry too much about a foreclosure affecting you. Not to mention that if you're not moving anytime soon, it will recover. You're living in a home, you're not gonna move anytime soon, a foreclosure happens, right? The area heals from it and hopefully bounces back. So that's another positive there, because most of the time, I say most of the time, not all, most of the time, real estate increases in value a little bit per year. Sometimes a lot, like we've seen post-COVID. So anyway, Hope you found this episode valuable. Please follow me on social media. Those links are in the description, as well as like, subscribe, and hit that bell on YouTube. Otherwise, I appreciate you guys watching this episode, and we'll see you next time.